Mamdani thought that free apartments work.
New Yorkers,
This one, I think this was Cash, right? Cash Jordan, yup.
at least those that haven't run away yet, better look out because New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's administration just published a searchable database of property owners.
So, people in New York are surprised that the communist mayor published a list of property owners that included their names and their addresses. A move his supporters say shows the mayor's commitment to transparency as he rolls out his new taxes. However, critics say this just tells Mayor Mamdani's mobs where they live as he goes after them, making this list a declaration of war on American citizens.
I see something very sinister going on. Mamdani knows that he can't use the New York City Police Department as kind of a red guard, but he still can stir up the mob.
Danger is it's almost like an enemies list that's being created.
I think it's ridiculous.
This is all working
Oh,
class.
this is the thing.
And family.
This is the thing where they published all the names of people. That's fucked up.
And children and grandchildren.
Retired on Social Security. You know, that's basically the money that I get.
We also have some New Yorkers who have made the decision to register their property as a trust or as an LLC. And part of the point of this outreach from the Department of Finance is to ascertain whether or not that reflects a primary residence or not.
But adding to the confusion is a list of hundreds of thousands published online as the new tax program was rolled out.
And what happens is this is a shoot first, ask questions later kind of policy from this mayor. And if it's a mistake, the burden of proof is on you, the citizen, to fight him.
On a sidewalk. Experts are saying this second homes tax is going to affect all homes in New York as buyers vanish. But nobody should be surprised that communists act this way. And what's really bizarre about this second home tax is that the New Yorkers affected by it voted for it. And here is their elected mayor, the chosen one, who told everyone that he was an ambitious socialist and proud of it, and that he was 100% on taxing the rich and making them pay for a better city for everyone somehow. Yet for some reason, these rich elite New Yorkers couldn't be bothered.
The reason I hate this tax the rich thing, by the way, it's not because I'm necessary, guys. I found this graphic. Okay, someone sent me this graphic, and I gotta show this to you because it's actually the realest thing I've seen in a while. I gotta show this to you guys. This graphic is real shit right here. People who use the government to control you, the real enemy, which includes both the rich and the non-rich. Yeah. It's so peak. The reason I don't like the tax the rich stuff is because it's literally entitlement. It's just it's greed and it's jealousy, or envy rather. It's they have things that I want. I deserve it more than them. That's what it is. That's all it is, really.
To take him seriously until today. And it's almost like frozen rents, free grocery stores, free buses, 0 jails, an ICE ban. It's almost like all that was trending until people woke up one morning and realized, yeah, it's actually happening. Oh, wow, he's doing it. He said he was gonna do it, and here he is doing it. Which is a bizarre turn of events, since anyone with a couple of brain cells and a quick glance at a history book will realize that socialist regimes have only operated on the basis of punishment, which is how these things are all gonna be paid for. They're not gonna be paid for with free money. That money's gotta come from somewhere, and it's gonna come from people who voted for their money to become somebody else's. And now they're upset by it. Which brings us to the real reason the mayor has this list. These are people who are ideologically on the other side of where the mayor is, even if they voted for him and they don't know it, because they're not paying attention. But now they're starting to, as they begin receiving the justice the mayor says they deserve, so he can do what he thinks should be done with their wealth, which is going to involve putting private businesses out of business while he opens his city-run grocery stores, while at the same time he seizes property from bankrupt owners whose rents are so frozen they'll never thaw out. And the reason Mayor Mamdani is getting away with this is because the targets of his economic belief system, communism,
rent freeze is
they
also
don't even
so
know
fucking stupid.
What field they're on.
It is. It's an excuse to just offload like all of their bullshit onto like other people, right? Because it's like, oh, the prices of everything goes up because they fuck it up all the time, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we don't have to pay for that because we're freezing the rent. So it's these people you can't charge what the market actually dictates. We get to pick where that's at.
Or what game they're playing. Look at this.
Did get a notice.
Judy Hanlon was among those New Yorkers who received a notice in the mail from the city saying her home could be subject to a new property tax. For Hanlon's part, she supports the idea of this pied-à-terre tax and has faith the city will not force her, as a resident New Yorker, to pay it.
You're supposed to go online and answer some questions. I'm not worried about,
I have faith. I have full faith in the government.
Paying a whole lot that I shouldn't be paying.
You don't think you'll have to fight this whole big bureaucracy? It's pretty straightforward.
I think so.
So here we've got someone on the list
Probably.
who doesn't think she's supposed to be there, but the mayor, he's still doing the right thing. Yeah, I still agree with him punishing people, just not me, because I'm not.
Dude, as a person who remembers 9/11, it is crazy to me. It's so crazy to me how easily radical Muslims that hate America have taken over. It's actually incredible to me. Like I can't believe it. It's like, and it just happened for free. It happened for free. It's unreal.
Supposed to be there, and what a disaster that I wound up there. But the mayor, he means, well, this isn't gonna be hard to sort out. Really? Because now the mobs might be the ones doing the sorting out in the future now that this list is out there for all time. But look at who it is that's allowed to abuse the housing system and profit from it in this city with no consequence.
And again, guys, if you don't believe what I'm saying, just look at this. Look at the stats. Look at the stats for what was it that the guy who did the Blue's Clues thing? Was it Abdul something? I don't fucking know. Look at Al Saeed or something. Look at that guy's race and look at the racial voting demographics, demographic statistics. You'll see that everybody else voted about 50-50 and the Arab people voted only for him. Like 95%. Just look at that yourself.
New York says it's fixing its budget and housing crises by punishing second
if you think I'm just making shit up about this.
Owners in the city. Meanwhile, likely thousands of rent-stabilized apartments, which are low-rent units legally required as primary residencies, are occupied only part-time. So New York may soon tax unsubsidized second homes while ignoring abuses in subsidized ones.
So certain people are going to get hammered for not living in homes that they bought and paid for. But other people are allowed to get away with not living in homes somebody else bought and paid for. That sounds like communism, doesn't it? Because it is. But this fits in with the mayor's plan of economic justice because occupying a rent-stabilized apartment.
What is with these people and their fucking cakes? You make cakes for all of this government bullshit all the time.
Temporarily, who does that victimize? It
for
victimizes the
gender
landlord
reveals
who's getting zero rent because
autism
it's frozen
reveals.
And he's losing money every single month. That's fine with the mayor.
Did you guys see that they're doing disability reveal parties now? That's like the new thing. Is like they have disability reveal where they like have a cake and it has like a disability on the inside. Yeah. It's real. It's a real thing.
Landlords deserve it. And this is all being done in the name of affordability. But as you're about to see, this has nothing to do with any of that. Check this out.
Some New Yorkers who have
it's on Basecamp if you want to
register their property
Malcolm's
as a trust or as an LLC. And part of the point of this outreach from the Department of Finance is to ascertain whether or not that reflects a primary residence or not.
But adding to the confusion is a list of hundreds of thousands of properties, most owned by New Yorkers who live here, published online as the new tax program was rolled out.
So the mayor just let the cat out of the bag. This has nothing to do with accurately taxing second homes. He doesn't even know how many second homes are out there. But now he's got a list of people who may or may not live in their homes, and that list is gonna have to be checked and verified, and the mayor is gonna know exactly who lives where, and now so does everybody else because this is all public information. Oh boy, but wait, there's more.
17,000 residents got letters from the city saying they would have to pay the new tax. It's aimed at the wealthy who have second homes valued at $5 million or more, or apartments valued at $1 million or more.
I understand the concerns New Yorkers have, especially when it comes to a new tax.
Today, Mayor Mamdani said he's hired 24 additional people to deal with complaints, and he's extended the deadline for people to seek an exemption.
Do you have any regrets about how it was rolled out?
Look, I continue to believe that the pied-à-terre surcharge will raise $500 million on an annual basis.
Well, you'd have to believe that, because at a minimum, sending out 17,000 letters to people who don't have a second home and live in their home means that you don't know how many people this is actually going to affect. And this thing has been sold to the people of New York, saying that it's going to raise a certain amount of money, but nobody knows how much money that actually is. And now everyone's going to get punished for it. And now everybody's got their personal information floating around out there just to get this thing off the ground. And we don't
I'm telling you, anytime the government says trust us, like, don't fucking trust them, dude.
Know what it's
Holy
going to do.
fuck.
But wait till you hear
Every
what the money's
time.
going to be used for. This will make you feel better.
The pied-à-terre surcharge will raise $500 million on an annual basis. And the importance of this tax is that it is one that will ensure...
Also, they forget that high taxes drives everyone away. The new tax is basically eminent domain. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. It does drive people away. And the funny thing is it drives away a lot of high income earners, which just fucks the whole system in general. It just collapses everything. Because high income earners pay a lot of taxes. How did these people who hate us gain so much power is what I was asking. I kind of talked about this before. America is not a country you can beat militarily. Like, there's literally no way. Like, right now, it's the balance of power in terms of force and military might is so lopsided that there's no way that they could do anything to us militarily, right? And if you were scared and you wanted to destroy that power, then you would have to do it through a different method. I keep bringing up Civ as an example, where if a person is winning militarily, you don't try to fight them. You try to use like diplomacy to like force them to not attack you, and then you culture bomb them basically, or religion bomb them, which it seems like what's happening, to be honest. Like Civ just seems like it's real. Logic Unfolded, thank you for the sub as well. Thank you. Yeah, let's flood this place.
Our streets are clean. That the importance of this tax is that it is one that will ensure that our streets are clean. That our city is safer, that our schools are more supportive.
How's it going to do that? Because we're not going to fund the police. How's it going to clean the streets? That requires money. The streets are already a mess, and we've got so much...
Thank you for the $5 Rumble rant, Ryan. Ryan N. They're doing the Palpatine infiltrate our system and take it over like he did in the Galactic Republic in Star Wars. Yep, something like that, yeah. That makes sense. Well, the thing is with cultural control, right? Like, if you are able to keep adding people that will only vote for you. And again, we pointed to the voting demographics, right? Where for that Al Sayed guy, I wish I could find that graphic, but you can find the graphic. It's on X somewhere. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure that I'm right about this. Like, let me double check, okay? Just so I'm making sure I'm not like bullshitting. Let me double check it, okay? Let me make sure. I just want to make sure. Okay, guys, for the 2018 Michigan Democratic gubernatorial primary, Michigan redistricting analysis estimated that Arab American voters supported El Sayed 92.8%. So there it is.
Money to clean them, and nobody does. And now people that voted for this are out there saying it's not fair. It's not fair that we elected a socialist and he's trying to carry out the socialism he told us he was focused on. They think the mayor's being dishonest with them. Watch this.
92.8. Arab Americans, 92.8% voted for El Sayed, 0.6% voted for Whitmer, 0.2% voted for Thanadar. Bangladeshi Americans, 97.3% voted for El Sayed, 4.5%. That doesn't make sense. Why does it say 4. Hold on, let me look into this. How is this possible? This report literally gives. Okay, well, you know what? This is actually guys. This is actually their numbers. So this is actually real. Wait, what? How does this make sense? Oh, okay. I see, because they're estimates. They're estimates basically. And the estimate, so that's why there's like a percentage, like what do you call it? Percentage of error, basically. So even though the total is 106.9%, but it still says that it's estimated that 97.3% of Bangladeshis voted for Abdul Al Sayed. So like, if you were to take like there is a group here. So Christians. So the Christians, right? The ethno-religious community of Christians in the area. Hold on, this seems more like it's actually... Wait, is this more religious? Oh, okay, is this more religious than it is racial? I wonder, because Christians voted 50-50, which is concerning, but it looks like Christians voted 50% for him. Around like roughly 50% for him, roughly 40 for Whitmer, roughly 10 for Thanadar. He still lost though. He still lost. But yeah, really shocking demographic numbers, right? Like 92.8% of Arabs, Bangladeshis 97. Like that's crazy. That's like insanely high for like a like what do you call it? Monolith voting. That's insanely high.
May, and the key word is may, owe the tax. It is putting the burden on residents to prove that they do not owe the new assessment. Otherwise, they have to pay it. You can imagine the reaction.
It's been said that you can't fight City Hall. But try telling that to thousands of New Yorkers who may be facing 5- and 6-figure tax surcharges because the city...
You know what's crazy though, chat? Is since our streams are so short and I only have so little time with you guys, the time flies so fast, doesn't it? Like I'm almost out of time, and it's like it feels like I just started.
Thinks that their primary homes may be secondary homes and subject to Mayor Mamdani's so-called pied-à-terre tax.
What people are really saying is this is not fair.
Well, why shouldn't you have to pay it? If you voted for it, and if you're upset that you basically just voted for socialists to come over
get fucked,
and
honestly.
create a Department
I have
of Motor
no
Vehicles
sympathy for these people.
that runs itself
Fuck
as
'em.
well as the post office on 12th Street and 4th Avenue in the East Village, that they weren't going to make a whole bunch of mistakes and have absolutely zero cares in the world about whether or not you're negatively affected by this. They don't care about you, and you voted for this. That's the most ridiculous part about it. And you know what? The mayor says it's fair. And someday, very soon, mark my words, he's not going to just come after people
Chris has no
who have
sympathy
secondary
whatsoever.
residence
Me too, man.
and want to tax that. No, he's going to say, you know what? We started taxing the secondary residents, and it did so much good. And if we push through another tax on primary residences that are $1 million to $5 million, just like this one, we're going to be able to do even more good. It's just going to rain down goodness upon our city. And boy, you are going to be paying for this maybe even as soon as next year. This is just the warm up. He's only been in 7 months. Look at this.
Ben Williams says the city is casting a wide net in its hunt for luxury second homes.
A hunt.
Putting thousands of homeowners on notice that they could be subject to the tax, giving them a deadline to prove they're not.
You're guilty until proven innocent. They're going to assume it's not a primary residence unless you can prove otherwise.
Yeah, to the DMV.
That's bullshit.
Oh, except it's not just the rich that are going to get hit with this tax. And the fact that they're telling you that you're guilty until you prove.
Guys, I'm telling you, chat, if you live in New York, you need to get the fuck out of there. Like, I know you probably like the food. You probably like, what the fuck is that thing called? The hot dogs, the pizza, and the halal guys over there. You probably like it, but you need to get the fuck out of there, man. Like, if you actually care about doing anything with your life, it's so awful.
Prove that you're innocent.
Unless you're in
exposes that
finance.
they're actually trying to tax primary residences. They just hope they
Unless
can
you're
get
making
away
a
with it
fuck ton. Unless you're making like millions, there's no reason for you to be there.
because you either can't figure out the paperwork, or you don't get the notice in the mail, or you miss some sort of deadline. That's how they're going to raise that $500 million. They're trying to hit everybody, and they know a certain percentage of those people that they go after are going to make some mistake and get taxed when they shouldn't, and you're going to call the post office or the DMV, and you're going to speak to somebody who is a socialist and doesn't care about you.
Did I tell you guys? I went to the post office. I had to go to the post office the other day. And so I go up there and I'm like, I need to ask a question. I couldn't even fucking understand the guy. I couldn't even fucking understand him. It was an Indian dude. I literally couldn't understand. I was like, what is he saying? I almost wanted to say, hey, can you just tell me what language you speak so I can run it through my fucking AI? Because I can't fucking understand him. What the fuck? This is my fucking country. You know what I mean, chat? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You're working at my public post office, which is funded by the taxpayers, and I can't even fucking get services because I can't fucking understand you. And you want to know what's infuriating about it? You want to know what's really infuriating about it? Right next to me was a Mexican woman, and she went up, and then she was just talking in Spanish with the other person. And I was, what the fuck? What the fuck?
And get nowhere.
The mayor insisted the goal was simple.
This pied-à-terre tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich.
Yesterday, he
Except
defended
it's
the
not.
administration's approach.
One of the reasons that this is being done now is to
Do you understand XQC? I understand XQC more than I understood that guy. That guy was on it, like I could not decipher what he was saying.
Sure that New Yorkers have requisite time before the implementation of the surcharge. They have until next March to be able to go back and forth with the department to ensure that this is an accurate reflection.
You have to now go and upload your income tax returns, your utility bills, and say your driver's license, your voter records, which are all mostly government records. The government already has that information.
Jim Whalen.
Oh, so you don't need an ID to do a whole bunch of stuff in New York. You don't need an ID to shop at the city-run grocery stores. The mayor's come out and clarified that, but you do need an ID to pay his taxes. Oh yeah, we can't just tax you and have you pay them with no ID. We need that. They already have all this stuff. They're just making work for people because they're too lazy to do the work. If they have your tax return, they have your driver's license, they know where your primary residence is, but oh no, now you gotta prove it. And wait till you see who the people are that are getting hit by this, who the targets of this ideological crusade are. And tell me if you think these are rich people. Look at this.
$500 million directly for the city.
The mayor says the move approved by Governor Hochul helped close a budget gap without slashing essential services. As part of the rollout, the city created a database of addresses that includes but is not limited to those properties that may be subject to the surcharge. It's creating confusion for homeowners like Eugene Dooley, whose Staten Island condo is in the database, but he says it's the only home he owns.
Retired on Social Security, you know.
That's so annoying. And then you have to prove to them how you like it burdens you out of your life where you have to prove to them that like it's not, even if it's not.
It's basically the money that I get.
He says he did not get a warning letter, and neither
they said guilty until proven innocent.
But they're both in a new potential pied-à-terre tax database.
In my case, it's the house I grew up in that my father lives.
Ron Paul was right, taxation and stuff.
He owns it, and I have my house. The danger is it's almost like an enemies list that's being created. Right? The whole notion of that property is a bad thing. That the American dream is actually now an American nightmare.
My dad drinks coffee out of a mug that says taxation is theft.
Yeah, it is a nightmare, but here's where it really turns into a nightmare because this guy right here, he's not just anybody who found himself in this database. He's a former 6-term congressman. He's a Republican, obviously, and now he's the borough president of Staten Island, where everybody who votes for Trump in New York ends up living. And look, these people are all finding themselves up in some online database that people can search. Oh, that's weird, and it's almost kind of like an enemies list. I mean, that's a nice way of saying
like
it's an enemies
list. On it. No, so like the cup was originally, okay, so it was originally my cup, and then he saw the cup, and he was like, I want that cup. It was my Mentis Wave cup. Like, I had the Mentis Wave cup, and he was like, I want that cup. And I was like, how about this hat? I got you the hat. You want the hat? And he's like, no, I want the mug. And I was like, okay. So I gave it to him.
81-year-old woman on the Upper East Side tells CBS News New York she's lived full-time in her townhouse for 3 decades and has no other residence.
He called out my cup. Well, you know, he's using it, so
she has until August 21st to prove.
But he actually uses it, so.
She's exempt from the new pied-à-terre tax, or she'll owe $56,000. The Currys are among several homes on an Annandale Street in the database.
I think it's ridiculous.
This is all working class. You know, and
I was thinking about it. Like, is the reason I'm like this because I like my dad? Because like all of the people that are like total crackheads, they like hate their dad. You know, I wonder like how much that actually has to do with things.
Families and children and grandchildren.
The city says it's.
Oh yeah, let's go after the rich people. Let's go to the home that doesn't even have a driveway that fits a Toyota pickup truck. These are not people who are living as large as Mayor Mamdani wants to make it sound. It's entirely possible to have a home that in a housing crisis afflicted market like New York, where we don't build enough homes, that has appreciated in value to a level that many of us would deem significant, but that doesn't mean the owner is rolling in it. That doesn't mean the owner's not on a fixed income. That doesn't mean the owner's not somebody who has bills to pay and isn't out there on luxury vacations. I mean, we're supposed to think these are people cruising around on yachts and private jets. That's not who the mayor's going after here.
Where he wants.
To be honest, I don't even care about the argument. I don't even care about the argument. I don't care even if they are. Even if they are cruising around on private yachts, they fucking earned that. They deserve to have that. I don't really agree with taking shit from them just because like I'm mad that I'm like, just because I'm jealous that I don't have that, or I'm envious rather. I'm envious that like I don't have a big yacht doesn't mean that like it's right to take more from them.
This to go, and where he has the capacity to take this. In Nicaragua, for example, the Sandinistas had things called Turbas Divinas, the divine.
It's honestly soul rot. Like the sheer like envy of people to be like, I should have that money. Like the money that rich people have, eat the rich, tax the rich, specifically the rich. Not me though, but the rich. Like it's soul eroding, basically.
Mob.
Oh yeah.
That they
it
would
makes
use.
you into an
It
entitled
was
asshole.
Not judicial. It was not part of the government. It was very, very kind of haphazard.
Great.
But they'd use it to target political enemies. Doesn't it sound like this is
It
bad?
sounds like that, and it feels like that. And there's part of this that to me is kind of going on the border of wealth confiscation, because you're going to have certain people that are not residents here that might get flagged in the system. They're so wealthy, they're just going to pay it. But there are going to be a lot of people that are mistakenly flagged in this system too.
That's on purpose.
And what
It's not a
happens
mistake.
is this is a shoot first, ask questions later kind of policy from this mayor. So he's going to shoot first, and if it's a mistake, the
Oh my
burden of
God, there they are, guys. Are those the Bangladeshis? Are those the Bangladeshis that voted 97%?
is on you, the citizen, to fight.
Meanwhile,
That
your
they vote
name is out
97%
there.
for these
Meanwhile,
guys?
all your personal
I
information
don't know.
is out there. If
Front
you're
row, I
somebody
know.
that
Holy
wants to
fuck.
go out there and criticize what the mayor is doing, you better watch out,
They're
because
Sikhs?
your home address, your name, where your family sleeps every single night as your primary residence.
I can't fucking
that's
tell. I
out
don't know,
there.
man.
Because that was put in these letters. 17,000 people got these letters. There's this list. It's got hundreds of thousands of properties on it.
If it were up to me, everyone would dress up like anime, so it'd be easier to tell who's who.
Do something that the mayor doesn't like, and the same people that are out there going after ICE agents, figuring out who their families are and where they sleep at night, and are going after them personally as well as professionally. What makes you think the tools that they're using to do that won't all of a sudden be focused on you? You'd be dumb to think that this is a way to quiet people. This is a way to quell dissent. People are going to be very afraid to speak up if they're smart. And when the mobs show up at these people's apartments, you know what's going to happen? The excuse will be that this person criticized the mayor and that they were voicing their free speech. And when the mobs showed up, they were doing the exact same thing, man. Hey, no big deal. The police were there. It was mostly peaceful. That's how protest.
The problem, this is the problem, is a lot of these places where the immigrants come from are tribalistic. Like, they're actually tribalistic. Like, India, for instance, is like one of the most tribalistic places. Like, I was watching a video. I don't know if I saw this video on stream, but I was watching a video where there was a guy. So there was like this white guy. He like went to India. And he was very distraught because he had like a driver. I don't know if anybody knows the story, but he had a driver and he really liked the driver. The driver was like really nice to him. So he said, I'm going to take you out to eat. And so he like goes to take him out to eat. And then like they said, sorry, sir, you can come in here and like eat here, but your friend can't. And he was like, what are you talking about? This is my guest. He's my guest. He's in my care. I'm like, sorry. He's not allowed in here. He can't come in here. And so he's like, man, fuck this place. So he goes to another place. And he goes to another place and he goes, I'm here with my friend and we're going to, table for two of us, right? And he goes, sorry, he can't come in here. And so he found out that like all over the fucking place in India, like if you're just born like of a certain like tribe or whatever, you just can't go to places. They just like, you're not allowed to. And so like, you have these places that are like naturally tribalistic, like tribalism is their everyday life. And like you expect them to not bring it here? They obviously do. I mean, we showed the statistics.
Work. You've got your free speech. The mob has theirs. So what?
And it's not compatible. It's not compatible with America. We're not like that in America.
Where you live, so they could pick it outside your house every day and make your life miserable.
We're getting that way. I don't want it to be that way.
Oh, I mean, we had to do that to be transparent, to let everyone know who's going to start paying their fair share.
So there are way more names in this list than we thought, right?
Yeah.
And we thought, well, maybe that's an accident. He just kind of cast a wide net. I don't think so, because I think the whole point of this thing is to target people who are independent. They're financially independent and they think independently, and he wants them out. So your house is worth $700,000 in Staten Island. You probably have some level of independence. Goodbye. We're going to put you on the list. You get out of here. It's not the $5 million house. He wants to kill.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of a loophole. Wait, so can we just do what they do? And if we put it into those terms, then it will make sense. Can't we just say Americans are one case and then all y'all are the other case and we don't like your kind here? And then we can just say that we're doing the same thing that they're doing.
Independence, because people who think independently fight government control, and he's all about government control. I want to
100% this is ideological. The people that are on this list, even though they might have voted for this list to exist and they might think it's a great thing and they think it's going to rain down blessings upon New York City once the mayor starts punishing people, they don't realize that the mayor looks for people to punish because of his economic system. Communism says that if you're earning a profit, something wrong is happening. Communism says that if you have more than somebody else, something wrong is happening. Communism says that if you've got wealth,
which is stupid because profit means everybody does better, to be honest. The proof of this is basically the poorest person right now is living like a king compared to like back in the day. It's obvious.
Pass that onto your children. How dare you? That wealth belongs to the
So
government.
like even if it's not equal, right? Because it's not going to be equal because of incentive. Even if you were to, what I'm trying to say is that with these people wanting to make everything equal, that's not what matters. Everything being equal doesn't matter at all. What matters is the general equality of life for everybody increasing or decreasing? That's all that matters. Results is all that matters.
Government, you didn't build that. That's everyone's wealth. We want to democratize the wealth and give it to everybody. Just like democratizing your Subway sandwich in the break room would mean everybody in the break room gets to get up.
Dude,
and
the
come over and
7
take a
deadly
bite
sins
out
are
of it. That's
truly
what we're looking
deadly,
at
man.
in the Big Apple.
Like actually, like the 7 deadly sins are just fucked. It fucks everyone's life up.
Right now, we're going to democratize that apple. We're going to give it out to everybody, and we're telling everybody exactly who you are and where you live, just to help you get on board with this plan. What do you think about that? I'll see you in the next video.
Well, I think about that. Fuck socialism and fuck this mad jelly hater, envious people. They fuck everything up. Look at what capitalism has given us. Like, look at the quality of everyone's life now compared to before. Like, look at the world that we have because of capitalism. Like, anybody can have a chicken. Do you know how crazy that is historically? Like if you look back into history, do you know how crazy it is to like eat chicken whenever the fuck you want? That was not common at all in history until recently. Yeah, anyone can start a business. Exactly. Anyone can make it. God, America is great, isn't it? Holy fuck, I love this country. I hate all these socialists, dude. I hate them so much. All right, anyway, Mr. Paroxysm, thank you so much for the 500 kicks. Communism does indeed make people equally poor. True.
Not a big fan of the government.